In KG, 2 weeks from today, the world's top tennis players will begin to take the court for the U.S. Open in New York, and fans all over the world will be watching to see who will net the championship and the millions of dollars in prize money.
Millions of dollars? Well, if that inspires you to get out and hit a few balls, this is the perfect time to pick up a racket. Teresa Strasser is serving up some tennis basics to get us started.
Tennis is a racket sport.
I'm a non-athlete and I know nothing about tennis and I don't even know where to start.
Well, the good news is it's never too late to start.
We turn to George Schuldberg, Director of Racket Sports at the Arizona Country Club, to learn the basics of tennis. Starting with Groundstrokes, there are two, backhand and forehand.
You have a slightly different grip on your forehand and your backhand. This is my forehand, an Eastern forehand grip with your hand behind the racket. And when we go to the backhand side, you can just feel that that's inherently weak. So I'm going to have you rotate your hand.
Oh, I do feel that.
And there's a slightly better position. The really important thing on your ground strokes is to, from the very start, learn to hit topspin. And all topspin means is instead of hitting the ball flush on, we're going to try to scrape up the back of the ball when we hit the ball, either with a forehand or a backhand, because it produces something we call topspin, and the flight pattern of topspin is a strong arc. And if you think about the two obstacles in tennis, you got to get it over the net and you got to keep it inside the baseline. It takes care of both of those things.
Next, volleys.
A volley is when we're up at net and we take a ball before it bounces. The volley is the simplest shot in tennis if you keep it simple.
Okay.
It's a blocking motion. We want to keep the ball out in front, and basically on a volley, wherever your strings look, that's where the ball will go.
The net has eyes.
The racket face.
I knew I wasn't supposed to say net. What about my feet?
You cannot have a good tennis stroke without good footwork. In tennis, we have two main movements. Moving to the ball, which is pretty simple, running.
Right.
And then recovery. When we recover, we usually use sliding recovery steps. So run to the ball, slide back to the middle of the court. In tennis, I don't think you have to be fast per se, but you have to be quick.
So, master the ready-to-move position.
When you put your heels down on the ground, you are not ready to move.
I need my heels up.
Heels up, light on your feet, and I call it the 3 R's. Recognize the ball, react to it, and recover from it. If you take care of those 3 things, you can hit a great ball.
Finally, the serve.
The most difficult shot to learn, the most difficult shot to perfect. The serve is very much a throwing motion.
But it requires limb independence.
Remember the rub your belly, pat your head thing? It's that kind of thing, right?
That's
so the
limb
left hand has the
independence.
toss, while the right hand does its serving motion.
Oh, that is,
So my advice is practice your serve often. It's boring to practice, but it's probably the shot that really requires the most practice when you get started.
We're hitting balls like a pro after learning the basics of tennis.